Welcome and thank you for watching Fabric Monday. Today we'll talk about real-time with EventStream and EventHub. On previous technologies before Microsoft Fabric, we were used to two different types of components. We had one passive component and one active component on the architectures for real-time ingestion. This may be a bit confusing. Let's talk more about the architecture itself. Let's see an example of a Lambda architecture. We have an event hub. The event hub is responsible for receiving the event, receiving the data. And it's responsible for not losing any event. Then Event Hub passes the information to Stream Analytics. Stream Analytics is responsible for making an initial process of this data and move this data to two areas, the hot area and the cold area. What's the difference? The hot area is intended to display what's happening in the moment. For example, what exactly are we monitoring? Are we monitoring a machine in an industry? Many machines? Are we monitoring sales? Real-time sales? So the hot area is intended to show what's happening in the moment. So once the information in the moment is displayed, the data in the hot area is completely dropped. We completely drop the data in the hot area. Oh, the cold area, on the other hand, is intended to hold a complete history of the data. This can be our lake house, for example. So there is where you will find the complete history of the data. Let's explain this detail about passive active, which I mentioned. Event Hub waits data from applications. Then it keeps the data and waits another application to collect this data. So the Event Hub is a completely passive object, a passive feature. It waits someone to send data to it and waits another one to collect the data from it. Stream Analytics, on the other hand, Stream Analytics collects the data from Event Hub. It goes to Event Hub and collects the data, and then send the data to another resource which will store the data. So Stream Analytics has an active approach. It goes get the data and send the data to another place. So we have two tools used in a Lambda architecture for real time, Event Hub and Stream Analytics. And one is a passive tool and the other is an active tool. Event Hub ensures no event is lost. This is the activity of Event Hub. Besides that, it's a passive tool. And the Stream Analytics summarizes the events according to the need. It can remove redundant roles, for example. If you are monitoring machines and every 5 seconds a machine is sending a role to you, you will get many redundant roles, and you could summarize these roles by minute, for example, depending on the business logic. And Stream Analytics can make the summary, and it can be a different summary for the hot path and for the cold path. It can be a different summary. Power BI integration. How does architecture integrate in Power BI? Or at least let's consider the past features we had for this architecture to integrate in Power BI. Streaming data flow. Streaming data flow goes to Event Hub and collects the data. So streaming data flow is an active tool. It goes to Event Hub to collect the data. And as an active tool, it replaces Stream Analytics. So we don't need to use Stream Analytics when we are using streaming data flow. It's an active approach. Streaming data sets Streaming dataset receives data from stream analytics or other applications. It's a passive approach. It keeps waiting some application to send data to it. In this case, using streaming dataset, we need the stream analytics to actively send the data to the streaming dataset. And remind that streaming data flows are deprecated. And now we have the Fabric. Microsoft Fabric Secret. The new tool in Fabric for real-time ingestion is called EventStream. And the EventStream secret is that EventStream is both. It's an active and passive tool. It can replace Event Hub and Stream Analytics altogether. It can replace both. You don't need any one of them. But in case you need to integrate with a previous architecture, you need to integrate with a previous existing Event Hub, for example, it can do it as well. The action of EventStream is something that we can choose if it will replace both tools, only one of the tools, and so on. How does this happen? EventStream. It can be active if you would like so. As active, it will go to Event Hub and collect the data, but it can be passive as well. As a passive, it will be waiting some application to send data to it. As a passive tool, it will create an endpoint to receive the data, and in this case, it replaces Event Hub. And the rest of the flow in EventStream replaces Stream Analytics as well. So Stream Analytics can act as a passive tool, waiting applications to send data to it, but replacing Event Hub and Stream Analytics. Or can act as an active tool and go to an existing Event Hub to collect the data. Any one of these options is possible. It's a combination of options. Then it can aggregate and summarize, replacing Stream Analytics as well, yes. So after receiving the data, either active or in a passive way, it can aggregate and summarize, replacing Stream Analytics. EventStream acting as an active tool. As an active tool, the secret is the source we choose. If we choose Event Hub as the source, then EventStream needs to be an active tool which goes to Event Hub to get the data. In this case, it will act as an active tool. Using Event Hub as a source, EventStream becomes only active, so it goes to Event Hub and gets the data. In this case, it's replacing Stream Analytics. We don't need Stream Analytics on the solution. This is only needed for backward compatibility. If we have an existing Event Hub and we need to integrate with that existing Event Hub, we need to use this solution. Otherwise, if we are creating the solution from the ground, we don't need to use this option. EventStream has a passive active. In this case, we replace both. We replace Event Hub and Stream Analytics. On EventStream, on the source of EventStream, we choose Custom App. When we choose Custom App, we receive a window and we need to give a name for our custom app, My Custom Hub. So we are giving just a name for our source. And then we receive this information. Like if EventStream is an Event Hub. So any application which is used to send data to Event Hub can send data to EventStream as well, as if EventStream is Event Hub. And EventStream provides the code for us. Yes, it's providing the code in Java. That's not so okay, right? But okay, it's providing the code in Java to send the event to EventStream. But this will completely replace Event Hub and the Stream Analytics. And there is another scenario which is very strange. What if we would like EventStream to be passive only? Source and destination can be custom apps. So it's passive, it waits someone to send information to it, and it's passive when delivering the result, delivering the information to a destination. It waits someone to get the information from it. So in this case, EventStream will be replacing only Event Hub. We would still need, for example, a Stream Analytics or some similar app to get the data from EventStream and continue processing this data. Ways to receive the streaming. It makes the streaming available to other apps, but wait other apps to get the streaming from the EventStream. Replace only Event Hub, but doesn't replace Stream Analytics. You need some application to get the data from EventStream. Let's see a demonstration about all these scenarios. I will not build the complete architecture, but I will show the source and destination configuration. Here we have an EventStream on the workspace real-time streaming. I open this EventStream, loading, and then we have the configuration of the source. What I said, if I choose Event Hub or if I choose IoT Hub, then the EventStream will act as active tool. It will go to Event Hub, it will go to IoT Hub to get the data. So I can choose one of them, and I need to establish the connection to the Event Hub or to the IoT Hub. But if I choose custom app, I can give the name of custom app, my custom app, add. My custom app is defined. Here on the lower side of the screen I have basic, keys, and sample code. I can click here on keys and check the connection string with the keys to send data to EventStream. Once EventStream is open to receive data, the code to send data is basically the code to send data to any Event Hub. We just need to configure using these keys. In this way, we made the EventStream passive. It's waiting an application to send data to it. Then it can replace Stream Analytics by becoming active when sending the data to some destinations. It can send the data to Lakehouse, it can send the data to a custom database, or the strange scenario I mentioned, it can be completely passive and be waiting some application connect to it to retrieve the data. My custom target. In this scenario, the EventStream is acting as completely passive. It's waiting someone to send data to it and waiting someone to get the data from it. We also have the keys for an application to connect and get data, and the sample code for an application to get data. The sample codes are in Java. So we have the sample code to get the data and the sample code to send the data. But this is an unusual scenario. A better scenario is the scenario where it's passive when receiving data. In this case, it's replacing Event Hub. And is active when delivering data. It can deliver the data to a Lakehouse, for example. And in this case, we'll be replacing Stream Analytics. So it replaces both Event Hub and Stream Analytics. But this code is in Java. What about having this code in C#, for example? Here we have ChatGPT, and I can ask it to write a small piece of code for me. I asked to write a code to send a message to Event Hub, and this code will work with EventStream. Mind the code ChatGPT wrote. It requests the connection string and Event Hub name, and we have this information here on keys, entity name and connection string. So we have the hub name and the connection string to put on the code, and we can use this code in C# to send data to the event stream instead of sending to an event hub. We don't need an event hub anymore. We send the data directly to Fabric. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next week.